Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the fourth day of FDP. Today we have only conduct one session. Another session we will go for field visit. So for today first session we have our guest, that Professor Rakesh Roshan Das sir, the HOD of Civil Department. So sir, I would like to welcome you on the dais. Give a huge round of applause for Rakesh Roshan sir. He is the head of Department of Civil Engineering in Veer Surendra Sahib University of Technology. His work as a formal scientist as Bureau of Indian Standard Government of India for 6 years. His expertise on water quality and treatment, riverbank filtration, wastewater. He has 5 international and 6 national publications and more than 32 conferences. Give a huge round of applause for Sir. Sir, stage is now yours. Thank you, sir.
Okay, good morning. So I think this session is going to be mostly interactive session. Okay. So whenever you feel bored, just tell me. I will skip the slide, or I will discuss something more interesting. Okay. I will I'll thank Professor Anil Kara sir to give me the opportunity to speak in this FDP, where water resources is the main component. Okay. So I have tried to incorporate the environmental engineering into water resource. Okay. So the topic is critical evaluation of water, air and noise pollutions and its impact. Okay. Mostly this presentation content is air pollution and mitigation. Actually sir is written that impact. As a engineer, what our job is to find the solution. Okay, we know the problems, so we have to find the solution. So solution is our important task as engineers. Okay, so I have changed little bit to mitigation. Mitigation means to reduce or to find the solution. So in the air pollution part, we will discuss mostly about the global warming and climate change. Maybe in the first, I think I will go here, it will be better. In the first session, I think you have already gone through the climate change. Okay, is there problem with this? Okay, I stand here. Actually, if I am coming here, then I think sound is not working. Okay. Okay, thank you. So in the air pollution and mitigation part, we are going to discuss on the global warming, climate change. I think climate change may have discussed in your first lecture. Then the clean development mechanism. Next is the sustainable development, green buildings. All these are incorporated in order to give you some idea how this global warming, climate change is affecting mainly to our climate and to your water resource system. So from this topic you can utilize and you can frame your also your MTech project, or if you are going for PhD also you can frame your problems. Okay. Similarly, in the water pollution, next is the water pollution and resource management. I have added the resource management because you are water resource people. So I am focusing on the two topic, mostly on the riverbank filtration, which is also my PhD topic. Also your RL House has PhD topic. Rainwater harvesting, that is also a catchy environmental thing. So I have added the rainwater harvesting. And final one is the noise pollution. I don't think I will go up to the noise pollution in this lecture. So first is the air pollution and mitigation. So what is air pollution? So just by definition, you can see the red part. Air pollution can also cause damage to the natural environment and the atmosphere. Air pollution may be defined as the presence in the atmosphere of one or more contaminants in such a concentration of such duration which may or tend to cause injuries to human or animal. Okay, that means some substances are there which may cause harm to us. Okay, the concentration of the pollutant is important. Okay, in my BTech class also I told that carbon dioxide, there is a term that carbon dioxide is not good for us. Okay, but it is not a true sense. It is a wrong statement. Carbon dioxide is good for us. Like your what you call sugar. If you have high sugar in your body, that is called diabetes, it is a problem for us. Yes or not? If there is low sugar, it will be a problem. We have one faculty who is not now with us. Not with us means he is an other job. So he has low sugar and we have faced more problem with him than the high sugar people. Okay. So carbon dioxide in excess is bad. Also in low concentration it is also bad. Okay. If carbon dioxide, you may be aware that carbon dioxide in excess is global warming. In carbon dioxide in lower concentration is in global cooling. Okay, have you seen a movie that is based on the ice, means everything has cooled up, maybe it is a 2005 movie, it is a Hollywood movie. So everything becoming, what you call snow is there, no one is going there, staying in a library, burning the books, there is a movie. If the carbon dioxide will not be there, that will be the problem. Okay. So these are all basic things, sources of pollution. So in the sources of pollution, we generally define bookish definitions, like we have natural resources, not natural sources or manufactured. That is anthropogenic. Natural means those are coming from the nature, like you can see a volcano, okay, the forest fire, those are coming from the natural sources. Manufactured or anthropogenic sources, like you have the air pollution or air pollutant coming from the industries, your vehicles, all these things. Okay. So next is the I have tried to plot the sources of emissions of the air pollutants. Mostly you can see it is coming from the industry. Okay, 52% of the air pollutants are coming from the industry. Similarly, from the transportation sectors like vehicles, aeroplanes, train, it is 27%, consumer commercial product 8%, agriculture 10%. So agriculture is not far behind. Okay, because you may be aware that in the Punjab and in the northern part of our country, they are burning the crops. After they are taking out the crops, they are burning whatever remaining. Okay, that is causing the air pollution. So summary of the major air pollutants like sulfur dioxide, you can see sulfur you can see in the left side sulfur dioxide, NOx. NOx means nitrogen oxide, nitrogen dioxide. Okay, PM, that is particulate matter. CO is carbon monoxide, lead, ozone, VOCs, volatile organic carbon. So these are some of the major pollutants and their effects are also given. Major sources are also given. Sulfur dioxide, it is generally coming from the industry, burning of coal. When we are burning the coal, it is coming out. Okay. So sulfur dioxide, maybe those are staying in the Hirakud area or Jharsuguda area, they may have this type of health effect like respiratory problem, cardiovascular illness. Cardiovascular means heart problem. Respiratory means asthma. Okay. So we generally don't know, but it is coming due to this. Okay. The environmental impact like acid rain, because sulfur dioxide when it is combined with the water, it will become H2SO4. So acid rain will take place. Similarly, NOx, it will also coming from the, especially from the vehicle industry. Okay, burning of the what you call the petrol and diesel. Similarly, it has respiratory, cardiovascular illness, PM, particulate matter. It is coming from any industry. Okay. Particulate penetrate deep into the lungs and can enter bloodstream. It can have also respiratory problem. So all the different problems and environmental impacts are given here. Okay, just to have a look, just to have a feel, how can they cause health problem to us? Okay, similarly to our other surroundings or environmental. So next I will come to the main thing, that is global warming. Maybe you are aware that what you mean by global warming, warming of the globe, global warming. So it is too hot to handle. Okay. So what do you mean by global warming? As per the book's definition, an average increase in the temperature of the atmosphere near the Earth's surface. So there is an increase in the temperature near the Earth's surface, nearer to us, where we are staying. Okay. And in the troposphere, which can contribute to the change in global climate patterns. Okay. So why it is coming through the use of fossil fuels, like the fuel we can use for burning. Coal, crude oil, the release of greenhouse gases, the Earth's temperature rises in the process known as global warming. Okay. So you can see I have given some photographs to enjoy the photos. So its temperature is rising. There is a thermometer inside our Earth. So temperature is rising because of the burning of the fossil fuel. Okay. So global warming causes, what are the causes of global warming? Greenhouse effect, excessive land use, excessive use of fertilizers, forest fire, aerosols, waste disposal and anthropogenic effects. Okay. So these are the causes of global warming. So other things are emissions of greenhouse gases like power plant to generate electricity. What do you mean by power plant? Power plant, jancha? You know what do you mean by power plant? Our power plant, but a thermal power plant achi suncha. Where it is there in our Odisha, where it is located? Huh? Anugur, Talcher thermal power plant. Okay. So what? Pakhare goti achi? If thermal. Okay. So what they are doing in the thermal power plant? They are burning coal to generate electricity. In our water resources, from where you are getting electricity? Hydropower. This is thermal power. Okay. So from any source you can get the electricity from the water or from the coal. Okay, by burning something or by generating it through water. So in the power plant we are using coal to burn electricity. Okay. There are some other industries are also there. They are also using coal, like your Hindalco is there. Okay. So Hindalco is not a thermal power plant. Why Hindalco is there? What is the operation or what is the product of Hindalco? What is the product of Hindalco? Aluminium, alumina. Okay. So as per government regulation, the major industries have to have their own power plant. If you are going to have a job after maybe your MTech or PhD, you will be aware of all these things. But you have to have a power plant for every industry, every manufacturing industry. So what you call Hindalco has their own power plant, similar to our cell, Raulkela. Okay. So when they are burning the coal, it will produce unwanted gases or unwanted air pollutants that will create the it will generate the greenhouse gases. Similarly, in the transportation sector, industrial processes, okay, agriculture, forestry, you name it, and it will cause the global warming. Waste management. So, what is the effect of greenhouse? So greenhouse gases retain the radiant energy provided to Earth by Sun in a process known as greenhouse effect. Okay, it is written here. Just go through it. I will not make you understand it, but I will tell you what is written here. When the sunlight comes, maybe I will skip it and go to this one. Okay. So when the sunlight comes, it comes through the greenhouse gases Okay, you can see number 1. Solar radiation passes through the clear atmosphere. Incoming solar radiation is 343 watt per meter square. Okay. So when it is coming to the earth, it is reducing, some part is absorbed in your this layer. So the second one, you can see the second one, this one, number 2, net incoming solar radiation is 240 watt per meter square. So nearly 103 are radiated back. You can see the number 3. Some solar radiation is reflected by the atmosphere and our surface. So outgoing solar radiation is 103 watt per meter square. So what is the number 4? You can see the number 4 at the bottom. Solar energy is absorbed by the earth's surface and warms it. That is the most important factor, 168. Okay. What is number 5? You can see number 5. It is some of the infrared radiation is absorbed and re-emitted by the greenhouse gas molecules. The direct effect is warming of the earth's surface and the troposphere. Okay. So when it is coming back, some are again absorbed back. Some are absorbed and some are, you can see, some part is going, passing through your layer, some part is absorbed in the layer, some part is again reflected back. Okay. Similarly, you can the next point, which is not, the number is not mentioned, surface gains more heat and infrared radiation is emitted again. Okay. So it is a continuous process. So why it is greenhouse? Can anybody explain why it is called greenhouse? पढ़ी की सब आस्ती हो ना? 7th रे, 8th रे, 10th रे, plus 2 रे, engineering रे. Why it is called greenhouse? Acha, have you seen some plant or nursery where plants are kept under a roof of green roof? Okay, to maintain the warm temperature or to warm inside the space. Because green, the color green has a tendency to retain the heat and to pass less radiation through it, but to retain more radiation in it. Okay, that's why we are using green. Okay, so that's why the greenhouse effect is, the term is used. Okay. So next come to what are the major components of greenhouse gases. The major there are many components of greenhouse gases, but we will discuss the important ones like carbon dioxide, other gases such as methane, chlorofluorocarbon CFC, nitrogen oxides, ozone also contribute to the greenhouse gas effect. Okay. So first is the greenhouse in the greenhouse gases. First is the carbon dioxide. You can see when carbon is burned in presence of the oxygen, carbon dioxide is formed. Okay. If it is unburned, maybe carbon monoxide will form. So its contribution is 55% to the greenhouse gases in terms of concentration. Okay. So industrial countries having 76%, main sources for the carbon dioxide are burning of the fossil fuel. Fossil fuel means what a fossil term de asuji. What do you mean by fossil fuel? Fossil fuel means the fuel which we can burn for energy. Okay, petrol, diesel, coal, all these are coming under fossil fuel. Deforestation is one of the important aspects for producing carbon dioxide. Similarly, land clearing, burning, all these are coming under producing the carbon dioxide. I just keep it. Carbon dioxide contribution to the global warming. You can see, luckily India, you can see the scale is given. 30 is the highest scale, 20 is the lesser scale, 10, 0. So tons of carbon dioxide emitted per capita per annum. Okay. So you can see India is maybe it is coming at 5 or 6. Okay. USA and Canada, they are polluting more. You can see the top one, left side top. Canada, USA जो मैंने जिब्बा को भाभी थी वो देखी दियो. Similarly, those who are interested to go to Australia, it is there also. Okay. So it is very high. So the carbon dioxide formation is very high in USA and Canada, similarly in Australia. Okay. But India, we are little bit safe till now because of our plantation, okay, greenery, all these things. There is a country, Argentina. You can see at the bottom, white, that is Argentina. So it is carbon dioxide production is very less. Okay. Next is the methane gas. Okay. Let me focus on methane. Okay. Methane, it is 25 times more potent. Potent means the potency or the impact is more than the carbon dioxide. Okay. 25 times more potent than the carbon dioxide. Contribution is 18%. Where carbon dioxide it is 55%. Contribution is 18% in terms of the volume concentration. Okay. It stays in the atmosphere for 7 to 10 years. Concentration is generally 1.675 ppm. How methane gas is produced? By anaerobic decomposition of any organic matter. Everyone aware of the what you mean by aerobic and anaerobic. Aerobic means decomposition in presence of oxygen. Anaerobic means decomposition is absence of oxygen. जो जिनस देख सड़ी जाऊँगी आ गंध होउची सेटा होची एनारोबिक आ जो जिनस सड़ुची किंतु बेसी गंध होनी सेटा होची एरोबिक कारण बेसिक फंडामेंटल जिनस होची when there is aerobic decomposition of basic environmental here, still I just explain, maybe it will be useful in future. In aerobic, every gas will have O2, SO2 sulfur dioxide, CO2 carbon dioxide, NO2 nitrogen oxide. But in anaerobic decomposition, it will be H, CH4. Where in aerobic it is CO2, here it is CH4. Similarly, NO2 is aerobic. In anaerobic, it will be NH3. Okay. Here it is SO2, sulfur dioxide. In anaerobic, it will be, can you guess? H2S. Okay. So O is there in aerobic and H is there in anaerobic. Okay. Next is the nitrous oxide, N2O. Maybe NO2 is also there. So it is 30 times much impact having the more than the CO2. But the contribution is less in comparison to CO2, that is 6%. So only CO, we are blaming only CO2. But the impact is less. Where all these nitrous oxide, methane, they are silently affecting more, but they are hiding. Nitrous oxide having other causes like depleting the ozone layer in the stratosphere. Lifespan having 140 to 190 years. Concentration generally, what is the concentration in the atmosphere is 0.3 ppm. Similarly, next is the chlorofluorocarbon. Okay, the chief culprit of the greenhouse gases. Chlorofluorocarbon कोउटु बाहर कहि परियो? Huh? A refrigerator of AC. Those who speak that we can reduce global warming and greenhouse gases from a AC auditorium, they are not the actual environmentalists. Okay. You will sit in AC and discuss that greenhouse gases are produced and we have to save our earth. This is only for the education purpose. Okay. So chlorofluorocarbon, who is the chief? Why it is chief? you can see it has more than 5,000 times impact. Okay, that's it. Either on कर दो. पहले okay. You may be aware that water vapor is last line you can see. Water vapor is also one of the greenhouse gas. Okay. So these are the some of the pie chart drawn from which sector you are getting the most, like power station you are getting most greenhouse gases. Similarly for the industrial processes, power station means generating power, thermal power. Industrial processes means manufacturing. Okay. So there are two different aspects. Okay. So what is the impact of the greenhouse gases? So I have removed all the other impact. Those impact that is only have an importance for the water resource people. I have only kept that. So physical effect, like effect on the climate, weather, glacier retreat and disappearance, effect on the ocean acidification, biochemical cycles, ecological effects like terrestrial ecosystem and diversity, marine ecosystem and diversity, freshwater ecosystem, social and economic effect, food supply, health, diseases, gross domestic product, migration and conflict. So first is the global warming means temperature rise. Okay. From the slide, there are two important aspects. You can see I have underlined two lines. Temperature increased about 0.6 degrees centigrade per century. In a century, maybe average temperature in 19th or 20th century is 40 degree or 35 degree. In the 21st century, it will be 35.6. Okay. Since the last 19th century, temperature increased 2 degree centigrade per century over the past 25 years. Okay. So it is a, what you call, tricky situation for us. Okay. Effect on the weather. So increasing temperature is likely to lead to increasing precipitation, but the effects on storms are less clear. We don't know how storms will be affected by this global warming. But precipitation, there will be increase in the precipitation. So why I have kept all these things? Because for your research also, you can use this climate change, global warming, how it is affecting your precipitation, your runoff. Okay, all these things can be done. Okay, for your study. So extreme weather, you can see everything is associated with you. Drought, flooding, severe storms, severe winter, tropical cyclone, extra tropical cyclone, wildfires, extreme heat waves. Okay, so these are the side effect of your global warming. I think I will skip a little bit more faster. So extreme weather, the warming of the climate will lead to more extreme weather patterns such as more hurricanes, drought. Okay, longer spells of dry heat or intense rain. Either the summer will be more and the intensity of the rainfall will be more. Okay. It also it will help in increased evaporation. Increased evaporation because of the heat, the evaporation will be more. Okay. Similarly, glacier retreat and disappearance. So whatever the glacier that is present, so they will be slowly they will be removed. Okay. Their volume and area will be reduced. This is a picture of Gangotri Glacier, India. Gangotri sab na suncha? Huh? Where Ganga is coming from, Gangotri? So you can see from the picture 1970, the first one, then it is reduced. You can see the picture of 1935, 1956, 1964, 1971, 2001. How it is retreat, how glacier is reducing. Okay. Similarly, another picture of Mount Kilimanjaro. Similarly, there will be effect on the ocean. What will be the effect on the ocean? Generally, ocean have a natural, what you call, natural property of absorbing carbon dioxide. Actually, I don't know also. During preparing the presentation, I have found this fact. Okay. So they have a natural tendency of absorbing carbon dioxide. So when the carbon dioxide increase, there is increase in our atmosphere, they will absorb more carbon dioxide. When we are absorbing more carbon dioxide to the water, water will become acidic. So when water will become acidic, that means your aquatic life will suffer and everything will be destabilized. Whatever the stabilized system is there, it will be affected and destabilized. Okay. Also, there is level in sea level rise. That may be you have seen in your movies. No? बहुत हॉलीवुड मूवी आसी जो कि ग्लोबल वार्मिंग जो सी लेवल बढ़ी जाऊँ आसिक गोटे टाउन भितर पशि जाऊँगी नुहे मूवी अच्छी ना ना नहीं किसी मूवी थी so sea level rise more now most of the Hollywood movies on this climate change they are making. Okay. So with increase in temperature, with what you call liquefaction of the glacier or glacier is turned into the normal water, there will be rise in the sea level and you know what are the consequences of this sea level rise. Okay. Some of the animals, birds and are risk. Those were specially from the this polar region like walrus. I can pronounce the black guillemots. Next is the brown bears, polar bears, animal birds. Others are caribou, Dall sheep, similarly muskoxen, kitleys. Okay, these are all polar animals and species. Especially they will be affected. Others are geese, pink salmon, okay, white pond goose, brand geese. Okay, these are the some of the species. These are the some of the species which are part of our ecosystem. They are going to suffer because of this global warming. So in India, what are the prediction? Maybe some water resources researchers have done some prediction. Okay, prediction temperature in the tropical Asia in 2050. Annual mean there will be increase in the annual temperature of nearly 2.7 degrees centigrade. Winter 3.25 degrees centigrade. Summer it will be 2.19. Okay. Summer temperature increase in 2050 in the northwest. In our country, the northwest part will be most affected. So it will be 4 to 5 degrees centigrade. Other part of our country 3 to 4 degree. West coast, which is western part of our country, it is 2.5 to 3 degree. Okay. Similarly, what are the impact on the precipitation? The annual mean there will be increase in the precipitation nearly 6.8%. Okay. Similarly, it will have an impact on the agriculture. Now come to the water resources. Effect of climate change on water resources. For many regions of the globe, future climate change will be characterized by the less rainfall, some part of the globe. Increase in temperature, severely reducing the availability of water for drinking, household use and agriculture industry. Okay. The third one, you can see change in amounts and patterns of precipitation will change the route, residence time of water in watershed, thereby affecting its quality. So those are also your research areas. You can do research on all these aspects. Higher ocean levels will lead to the saltwater intrusion in groundwater supplies, threatening the quality and quantity of the fresh water. Okay. So why there will be groundwater intrusion? See, from the sea, can anyone guess? Achha. When there will be groundwater intrusion, when the level of the surface water will be more than the groundwater, there will be a natural flow path or natural hydraulic gradient will be there. So the water from the surface water like your ocean or river, it will come naturally to the ground. Okay. So when there will be rise in the level of your sea water, it will enter into the your groundwater. So what can be done? So some of the mitigations measures you have to follow, like laws to limit the amount of pollutants produced by the factories. We have to reduce the pollutant. Using renewable fuels like solar energy, wind energy, replace fossil fuels by renewable fuels, carry out energy saving scheme, like reduce pollution produced burning fossil fuels, use public transportation instead of private cars, use more plants, more greenery, like to reduce the pollutants. So next is the clean development mechanism. These are some other aspect. I will just skip it, the things. So in the clean development mechanism, you can see the first line, United Nations run carbon offset scheme allowing countries to fund greenhouse gas emission reducing project in other countries and claim the saved emission as part of their own efforts to meet international emission targets. Okay. So like India is producing more carbon dioxide. They can say, uh, uh, I will fund Bhutan to have some new technology. Okay. And by using the new technology, whatever the carbon dioxide reduction is there, that I can show that I have reduced, so it will be deducted from my account. Okay. So this is the actually what is mean by clean development mechanism. Okay. So these things are new to our system. They are now UN is trying to have all these things to reduce uh, the greenhouse gas in our atmosphere. Okay. Next, maybe in the first year, I don't know now, it is not in our course. Carbon trading and carbon emission trading, that is similar to your CDM, that is part of our CDM. In carbon trading, you can buy, like I have given the example of Bhutan. Like UN has given that India can produce this amount of carbon dioxide, USA can produce this amount of carbon dioxide, Nepal can produce this amount of carbon dioxide. So I can say, I will pay to Nepal some amount and use his carbon dioxide relaxation. Means in India maybe 100 unit is allotted to India, but India is producing 200 unit. So they have to pay for more than 100 unit to UN. Okay. Nepal maybe they are allotted 50 units. Okay, but they are producing 20 units. So they have a means availability of 30 units more. So India can purchase the 30 unit. Okay, and pay to Nepal some lower amount. Instead of giving to UNA2 maybe in more amount, they can reduce some amount and pay to Nepal. So Nepal will be benefited. So that will means the country that are producing carbon dioxide less have to pay less and they will be in a beneficial stage. Okay. Sustainable development, I'll skip this one. Sustainable development means development without hampering our future. Okay. I'll just skip on. I'll go to, I think, water pollution. These are the some of the things we are using for our what you call sustainable development, like solar towers, okay, natural resources, wind powers. I know that in the presentation it is better to use pictures to have get your attention back. No. So green building also we have to use green building. Green building is a structure, just one to line. Green building is a structure that is environmental responsible and resource efficiency throughout its life cycle. So now most of also some of the builder are suggesting for green building. Rajiv sir also we are discussing that after 20 years the concept of the green building will be much more. Okay, when government will put pressure to create green building, maybe after 10 years we will see it. Okay. So these are the some aspect of the green building. we have to have rainwater harvesting, we have to have some insulated foundation wall, all these things should be there. Okay. So next component is water pollution and resource management. So in the water pollution, I'll skip this one. Okay, first is the water scarcity. So you may be aware of what you mean by water footprint. You know water footprint, carbon footprint. You know, water footprint means the available water minus the water demand. Okay. So if there is the value is negative, that means we have water scarcity. Okay. So this picture shows that where we have water scarcity. You can see India is right up there. Okay. Our northeast part is completely there. Along with your Africa. No? You can see the red color part, these are physical water scarcity. The orange color approaching physical water scarcity means that we have water scarcity. So you have to think about the future, otherwise we are going to face the problem. Okay, so I'll come to the major categories of water pollutants. You must be aware that we have infectious agents like microorganisms as water pollutants. Oxygen demanding waste, they are also producing or creating water pollution. Inorganic chemicals like acid, metal, salt, okay, they are also causing. Similarly, radioactive materials, plant nutrients, organic chemicals, eroded sediment, heat thermal pollutants, they are all polluting our water. Okay. This is a typical diagram of a river. Okay, you can see there are 5 stages. When we are discharging the water, you can see in the left side, if we are discharging the water in a river. So general water contain water having DO of dissolved oxygen having 8 to 10 ppm depending upon the temperature. In the initial part is clear zone. Now it is also not taught in BTech. So this may be interesting. The first zone is clear zone where we are discharging the water because water is flowing. The next zone is decomposition zone. In the clear zone, there will be more fish. In the decomposition zone, the fish population will go on decreasing. In the third stage is septic zone. Means the degradation will be mostly anaerobic. Means in absence of oxygen, the oxygen will be very less. I think in the Yamuna river, it is completely septic zone. If you have seen Yamuna river, it is completely septic zone. Yamuna river kisi se nahi zone udago. Okay. So the fish is absent, fungi is present, sludge worms are present, and the bacteria, anaerobic bacteria are present. Okay. Next stage is recovery zone because after the septic zone, the water will again because it will self purify. The water having a very good property of self purification. So water will purify itself, and the fourth stage is recovery zone. Then it will completely purify at the clear zone. Next is the lake pollution. Lake having major pollutants of nutrients. Lake re major pollution hochi nutrients jogu. You can see a oligotrophic lake in the left side and a eutrophic lake in the right side. Have you seen Bindusagar? Bindusagar dekcha? Bindusagar re actually it is a eutrophic pond. Okay. So why there is eutrophication takes place in the generally eutrophication takes place in the lake or pond when there is no flowing water. Okay. And eutrophication takes place due to presence of the nutrients. Nutrients means environmental nitrogen and phosphorus. Okay. And nitrogen, phosphorus, our kouthre bahar hochi, our human waste through animal waste. Okay. So sei jinsaru amara the nutrients are coming. When there will be rainfall, the runoff from different waste will go to the pond or lake, and water cannot self purify itself like river. So the eutrophication takes place. Eutrophication means the sunlight cannot pass through your water. So there will be anaerobic degradation at the bottom, and foul gases like methane, H2S gas will come out. And the top cover of the water will be filled with algae. Okay. And in also with time, the algae concentration will goes on increasing, and sunlight cannot enter into the system, and it will become a completely anaerobic pond. Okay, anaerobic pond means it will generate only H2S gas and methane gas. Bindusagar kudare ke basicha gandha sungicha, huh? Because of this. Next is the groundwater pollution causes and persistence. I'll directly go to the picture. So there are different systems or different processes which is affecting the groundwater pollution. Like you can see in the left side, coal strip mine runoff. It is going mine runoff. Water is going into the groundwater. Similarly, you have hazardous waste injection well at the right side. You have cesspool septic tank that is used our houses. Leakage from the faulty casings, gasoline station, water pumping station, fertilizer and pesticide plants. Those are all contributing to the groundwater pollution. Okay. Ocean pollution, similarly, you have from the industries, nitrogen oxides, industries, producing industries, cities, toxic metals are going into the system, urban sprawl, construction sites, red tides, all these are affecting our coastal water pollution. So these must be, you must be aware of this, our conventional water treatment plant. Okay, you know you have a screening, sedimentation tank, filter, coagulation, sterilization, or what you call disinfection. Okay. But today I'll focus on one of the important aspect, that is RVF process and collector well. Okay. This may be interesting. I'll focus maybe 10 minutes. So have you seen this thing in your area or nearby area? Okay. This is in Odia called chua. Chua. Chua means we are digging small holes near the bank of the river. Generally, village people staying near the river bank are digging it in the evening and getting the pure water in the morning. So it is generally mostly in our southern part of Odisha and Andhra Pradesh. Okay. Okay. There are some pictures. So what is riverbank filtration and how does it work? So bank filtered water, which is a surface water sipping from the bank or bed of a river or lake. If it is lake, it will be lake bank filtration. If it is river, river bank filtration. Lake to the production well. What do you mean by production well? Okay. Like you have a hole, here we have a proper engineering structure. Like you have a infiltration well or infiltration gallery. Okay. You have to have a infiltration well or infiltration gallery, that is called production well, nearer to your river, at the river bank. Okay. So the basic process is, when you extracting the water from the production well or infiltration well, there will be a difference of head between your infiltration well and the surface water, and it will allow, and it will create a hydraulic gradient. Then it will allow the river water to pass through the aquifer. When it will pass through the aquifer to the infiltration well, the water from the river will be get purified during passage through the aquifer, because the aquifer will act as a natural filtration matter. Okay, this is the basic of the bank filtration. So these are some stories of bank filtration. As I told generally in the class, the process of bank filtration is initiated by lowering of a groundwater table below that of an adjoining surface water table. If you are extracting the water from the infiltration well, the water level will go down and it will create a head difference. Okay. So if there will be no artificial or natural barrier exist, and if the aquifer is what you call it is called it is consist of sand and gravel, so the water will pass through the river. Okay. This is a schematic diagram of riverbank filtration. You can see in the left side you have a bore well or infiltration well. The pumping will be there. There will be pumping there. This is the water level here. So when it is going down, the water level is here, the river water will pass through the aquifer. Okay. When the passing through the aquifer, the groundwater, whatever present there, they will be also mixed. Along with the following processes will take place, like filtration, biodegradation, adsorption, chemical precipitation, and redox reaction. These are the 5 important reactions that will take place during riverbank filtration. So what are the advantages? So very natural treatment process, improves the microbiological quality of the river. It may reduce the bacteria, virus, other pathogens. Minimal need for adding chemicals like disinfectant and coagulants to surface water to control pathogens. So you don't have to have that conventional treatment. Tamara joda padhaila screening, sedimentation, filtration, it is not required. You only to have a riverbank filtration, then you add some chlorine, then supply to the consumers. Okay. So it is also effective in both aerobic and anaerobic condition, can be easily integrated with the existing technology. That means you have a screening and sedimentation system. You can also use the riverbank filtration system as a pre-treatment. You take the riverbank filtered water to your water treatment plant, then you treat it. Then the load on the water treatment plant will be very less. Okay. Requires little maintenance and easy to operate, decreased cost to the community without increased risk to the human health. They are having some limitations, also concerns are there. Danger of over pumping. When you over pump, can you tell me, special water resources MTech student, if you over pump, what will take place? When you pumping the water from the bore well and water not coming, that means the steady state will not be there. Okay. मझे सुखीजी तुम पंप खराब हो. Okay. So that will create problem. If you are not getting a steady state condition, whatever you are pumping, that should be filtered into your bore well. Then it is okay. Okay. Otherwise, you have to stop the pumping for some time. You wait, then you again pump. Okay. So your pumping rate should be equal to the infiltration rate, or pumping rate should be less than equal to the infiltration rate. Potential plugging, clogging of the bank filter interface, gradual reduction in the production capacity due to clogging, potential aquifer pollution, remobilization of the heavy metals, lack of understanding how RBF can be applied. These are some of the limitations. Generally, we are using 2 types of well. Collector well having some, you can see laterals. There is a vertical well connected with the laterals. Similarly, you can have only vertical wells. In the right side, it is shown. This is a typical layout of a vertical well. You have a river. You have a river there. You have a well here. Okay. When you are pumping, river water is coming. This is a typical vertical well. The water is coming from the bottom. Okay. It is passing through the bottom into the well. This is a typical layout of a horizontal well. Okay. So in this well you have laterals. You can see it has laterals connected to the well. So water is coming into the infiltration well through the laterals. Okay. I just keep. So we have this system in USA. You can see some pictures are there. This is Dusseldorf, Germany. You can see the pictures. All these are infiltration wells near the bank of the river. USA, Lincoln. You can see that is infiltration well. Also, this is USA, Kansas. Okay. Kentucky. These are all coming in USA. So some of the major findings from the literature, you can see it can remove virus, bacteria, all these things. It can reduce the organics, TOC, DOC. Similarly, it can reduce turbidity. Okay, all these things can be removed. We have also in our India, we have river filtration system. Okay, Nainital, we have tube wells nearer to the Naini Lake. Okay, previously they have conventional water treatment system along with the tube wells. I have done part of my PhD at Nainital. So after our study, they have stopped the conventional water treatment system. They have installed 3 new tube wells and they are now supplying to the Nainital only the lake bank filtration water. Okay. So this is success of our research. This is the sampling done with my guide. Actually, guide is sampling for me. Next is infiltration well at Haridwar. Haridwar also, if you know, Haridwar, which is located in the Uttarakhand, is also getting water only from the riverbank filtration. Okay. At Bhagwanpur, it is a place near Dehradun. Here infiltration gallery is used. Haridwar only the vertical infiltration well is used. You can see it is of nearly 20 to 25 meter, dia having 10 meter. Okay. Infiltration gallery, it has a smaller depth, but the length is more. Some pictures may be there. It's a picture. This is located at Dehradun. There is a system at Uttaranchal also. It is called Uttaranchal Coup. That is generally used in the streams. Okay. Here that is called Uttaranchal Coup. It is used nearly 170 villages in Uttaranchal. Now it is Uttarakhand. So this is what you call it is the aquifer of the stream bed is dug and it is put inside the aquifer. Then it is connected with a pipes. Okay, you can see the installation part. We have also radial collector well at Mathura. We have been to Mathura. It is nearer to Agra, Taj Mahal. So also there we have this radial collector well, which is getting water from the Yamuna river. Okay. These are some of the performance of the our riverbank filtration. You can see total coliform, that is representing the bacteria, turbidity representing the physical property of our water, UV absorbance, organic COD. It can reduce it it can reduce significantly. The comparison is with the surface water. So if the surface water turbidity is 100 NTU and your infiltration well water, maybe it is 10 or 5 NTU. So it can reduce 95 to 98% of turbidity and all these things. So whatever the percentage is given in the right side. Okay. Percentage given 99 you can see. Okay. So whether we have bank filtration system at Odisha? ତମ ଘର ପାଖରେ ଅଛି କିନ୍ତୁ ଜାଣିନଥିବ. Okay, so we have studied 3 systems at Odisha. Okay, at river Rusikalya near Barampur, river Kharla near Sambalpur, river Tel near Balangir. Okay, so this is near Barampur. This is on the river Rusikalya. We have infiltration well. River Kharla, this is in Kuchinda. This river on river Kharla. I think I am standing there during the sampling because I have gone with my student. So guide is standing there. So this is at river Tel. It is at Palangir. Okay. So we have also studied here. So these are some major findings. Like I have already told you, this riverbank filtration system is very good in removing turbidity, coliform, okay, and organics. But the anions or cations or the whatever called the minerals, there the mineral value will increase because groundwater will be mixed with the system. So that's why the mineral value will be more in the infiltration well in comparison to the river. Okay. Next is the rainwater harvesting. I think you all know to harvest the rainwater in some other way. I'll show some just pictures. Anil Kara sir has introduced the rainwater system, harvesting system in our university. I have the picture, but I have forgotten. After seeing the sir, I thought that I have forgotten. I have placed it in our university report. We are preparing environmental audit report for university for every year for our NBA NAC, and I am part of that means team for preparing the report. So I have used the pictures of our rainwater harvesting system. That is actually done. You can see when you go from canteen to the administrative building where VCS's car is kept in the left side, maybe in the previous controller of examination room outside. In the left side, you can see we have the rainwater harvesting system. Okay, generally this is a typical working model for rooftop rainwater harvesting. Another model where we are using the tube well. Noise pollution. Noise pollution, you must be aware because you are doing it in your class. Okay. When you have unbearable noise or unbearable sound, it is called noise. Okay. So just I am skipping it because of less time. So effect of noise, generally irritation, nervousness, sleep disturbance, increased blood pressure and increased stress. That is common to us because we are now we have a tendency of hearing, means listening to music and everything in your mobile phone. And I'll suggest don't use the earphone much more. Okay, you use the sound of your mobile. Don't you use earphone. So what is the prevention control? Try not to use all these things. And other things like control the noise emitting sources like radio, television, use automobile horn only in case of emergency. Don't burn firecrackers, are they are noisy. Get all machinery engines properly tuned and service at regular intervals. Use new technology like we have electric vehicles now. They are producing less noise. So you can improve the technology to reduce the noise. Use of soundproof cabins, sound absorbing materials in the walls. A green belt of vegetation is an effect absorber of noise. Not playing loudspeaker during odd hours. So these are some of the prevention and control practices for noise pollution. So start thinking green. Okay. So I'll thank VSSUT, IIT Roorkee, IIT Bhubaneswar, U India River and Filtration Network Germany, Uttaranchal Jal Sansthan and AICT. Thank you for your kind attention. Any question you can ask?
Any query? Sir.
No. Noise pollution have impact only on health, human health, also animal health, all these things. Environmental engineering is a broad field. Environmental engineering is a broad field. So anything they can do. Anything. Like currently my BTech students are doing this river and filtration study. That is a well is located in our behind our G. Okay. So here also river and filtration process is taking place. Okay. I have also suggested the previous vice chancellor to install more infiltration well nearer to the bank of this canal. Okay. So that they don't have to go for additional treatment. So that is also there. Other things, solid waste management, air pollution, sampling and assessment, everything they can do. Environmental is a vast field. କୂଅ ଆଉ river and କୂଅରେ ବି actually river and filtration ହଉଛି. If your the well is a dog well having shallow depth, okay, and it is located to a river or a canal, I have seen in Bhubaneswar in Old Town. Actually, there is a canal at Old Town. So I used to stay with my uncle, and he has a well nearer to the canal. In the rainy season, the well will be completely filled. because there is the water from the canal is coming into the well. Okay. So, but that is not a post riverine filtration. That is natural gradient is created in the rainy season that is coming into the well. But that also helps in reducing the whatever the contaminants is there in the canal. That is removed during the passing through the aquifer. So that is a positive aspect. So the shallow well will the infiltration wells are only shallow wells. When it is deep well, it will only collect or it will only uh, collect the groundwater. Actually, as per the technical knowledge, uh, flood has having a negative impact on river filtration. Okay. Sometimes it is good. What will happen actually in the terms of technical things during filtration after 2 to 5 years, the aquifer will be clogged with the silt and clay. Okay. Sometimes flood will remove those things. Okay. But sometimes what will happen if the flood will goes to the infiltration well and it will enter into the infiltration well, then it will pollute the water whatever they are in the infiltration well. So that may create problem. Okay. But flood is a big thing. But we are getting water only for drinking, so it is a very small amount. So that is quantity is very high. The runoff or the flood water.
Oh, thank you, Rakesh sir. It's a very good opportunity that we have heard many things about the pollution, let it be water pollution, air pollution, noise pollution, and so many things. And I have told categorically that two branches of this civil engineering aspect are having very good future, and that is one is environment, another is water. So please adhere to these two branches that you can realize the day will come that these two branches they will stay in the market. So please try to explore the many aspects, the multifaceted aspects of these two branches. And most of the time we are combined and in a conglomerate way we generally work environment, water, water and environment. So it is a nice opportunity. We have heard many things, and so thanks again to our HOD as well as the most prolific environmental teacher, Rakesh Roshan Das. Thank you.
Sir, I would like to request Professor Anil Kara sir to give a token of thanks to HOD sir. Give a huge round of applause for Rakesh Roshan sir and Anil Kar sir. Thank you for coming and thank you for giving your precious time to us. Today's session is over now. Tomorrow we will meet. So thank you for your unflinching attention and patience hearing. So now for the group photo, please come and join on the dais. Thank you.
As per the schedule, now we have to move for the site visit, field visit. So in that, mostly Hirakud and nearest areas will be there. So please get ready, and there will be no sessions today. Your lunch and other things will be provided on the way. Please arrange for the photo. Please arrange. Get together. Okay. Okay. Vehicle is ready. Please come.